Hey, this is Will from SRT Amplification, and today we're going to look at what I've managed to butcher on this back panel. And I would like to say I'm absolutely surprised on how well it came out, but as you're going to see here in a little bit, it is not a good job. I learned so many lessons on this deal, and if I had it to do over again, I would definitely do it a different way. But let's look what I have here. So as you can see, I have the holes cut out and just a butcher job on this stuff. Basically what happened was once this stuff is just so brittle once it comes off, once you peel it. So I used a hot glue gun. If you look at the last episode I did, you'll see it, and it released the glue from the back, and I just peeled it up, and this stuff is just so brittle. It just rips and tears and you know, just threads come off of it. It's just really, anyway, it's hard to work with. I think what I should have done, if you watch the last video, you'll see that I cut a section out here, and then I made a little slit so that it comes together in the corners like this. And what I imagined was, you know, it coming together in the corners like this, you know, kind of like it did here. But what I should have done is I should have done all of that stuff on, like I cut out the backside, in which I gave more material. I actually made the slits go all the way to the middle line here, and it could wrap around a little bit better. Anyway, and I also used hot glue, which I haven't worked with hot glue very much to put stuff in here, and you can see I let it dry too fast. I can go back over that and probably flatten some of that out. But I started kind of getting the hang of it over here a little bit, and some of this broke off. This brittle part broke off, and I had to overlap some of the back Tolex over to the front. Anyway, it just looks like a hack job. But hey, I got two holes there for the tube amp to breathe through. Okay. It looks terrible. I'm not even going to say it looks halfway decent. This is what it looks like on the other side. It actually looks better on this side than it does on the side that's going to be showing. But anyway. All right. Well, that's that. So that's going to be the back panel. I may end up just covering this back panel at some later date. But for right now, this is what it's going to be. So let's look at what I've done to the amp so far. So I've got the filter caps in, and basically I've got the whole bias circuit in, basically ready to go to hook up. I've started populating some of the tube caps and resistors, and then I've got the board over here that I'm starting to populate. I should have that done shortly, and there's that circuit that we're actually putting in there. I put a link to that in one of my last videos. I'll put a link to it in this video. It's called the Little Tiger, and it's basically just a way to make one of these Hammond organ AL43s into a guitar amplifier. So you guys probably caught a picture of this Duquesne PA system that I'm also working on as well. It's got some really good transformers. That's going to make a nice amp. But anyway, that's that. I got the reverb tank installed. So that's in there. And just got to make the connections in here once I get this in. And figure out how I'm going to mount this in the bottom of this thing. And then we're going to see about what we're going to do to this. Whether I'm going to put a new baffle in it and put two 8-inch speakers in here, or possibly even make it to where I can fit maybe a 10-inch speaker in here. That'd be nice. If I can fit a 10-inch speaker in here, I'll do that. If I can maybe cut this out somehow to get a 10-inch speaker in there, I'll put one 10-inch speaker in this thing, because I just don't think this one 8-inch speaker is going to be sufficient for the sound that I want. So we'll see. All right, so that's that. That's the update. And again, that panel, something that's going to It's gonna disturb me for a little while, but I'll get over it, I guess, until I can get the till I can make it look like I want it. So anyway, that's the update on this. And then I've got several little projects over here that I'm kind of entertaining some things on. This one right here is gonna make a nice little amp. I like this configuration. The chassis is kind of bent on this thing, but I like this configuration because the tubes are, it's just really small, compact. The tubes are right there. I think it's gonna make a great little low wattage amp. Got some more stuff down here that I'm dealing with. Yep, that's it. Okay, so before I published this video, I actually got an idea I wanted to try. I picked up some of this flex tubing it's split flex tubing that you normally use for like putting cables together, wires together, holding wires together, whatever. Picked up the 1/2 inch by 7 foot. It was a couple of dollars, maybe $3, and I picked it up at Lowe's, and I stuck it on here, and it kind of made this. I haven't glued it in there or anything, so it's just basically just being held in there on its own. But I think it looks pretty cool, and what kind of prompted me to do this was I remember seeing some old Fender amps that had some kind of black trim around the holes here like this. They were slotted trim that just went around the holes, and I thought about getting some of that, and I still may do that, but I thought I'd try this. Like I said, I haven't glued it in there or anything yet, so it's not really loose, but because I butted it right up against each other where it held it in there tight, it's not really going to come out. But I may glue this in. I may look for some of that black trim that I've seen on other amplifiers. I don't know that trim is, the slot in it is wide enough for the back of this board, because the Fender back panels aren't usually this thick. This is about 3/8 of an inch, and or a little more than 3/8 of an inch actually. Anyway, I just thought I would throw this in here at the end, and tell me what you think in the comments. If you like it, if you like the looks of it, if you think of something better maybe that I could use. Like I said, this board is about 3/8, maybe a little over 3/8 of an inch wide, so that stuff that Fender uses may not be wide enough to actually put in this application. But if you like this, let me know. If you don't, let me know that too, and we'll see what we end up with at the end of this build. As always, thanks for watching.